So that's what's going on. We're just going live with Horseshoe Talk. All right.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Here we go. Boom! Welcome back to Seekers of Sarmanath. How are y'all doing?
Great.
The 5 of you awake from your sleeping in the tavern. I think that the car chase is still playing. That's how flustered I was with that Horseshoe Talk. You awake at the edge of Willard's Mill, once again on the hill descending down into the city. You see the stream along the bank of the city on the left-hand side, the mill towering above it and churning, the wheat fields in front of you on the way out, the graveyard and the forest behind the city. What do you do?
So are we fully dressed with all our stuff?
You are fully dressed. You take a quick stock of yourselves, and you have everything you had on your person before the pressure sensation that you felt before. All of the items in your possession are the same as they were.
Before the game quick saved, basically, is what you're saying.
Wait, before we entered the other town? Like before we went into the mill?
Before you entered Willard's Mill the first time.
Yeah.
So the book is gone, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you do a quick search for the book and find it to be no longer amongst your possessions.
We probably also don't have the 180 silver that Emily made with her performance.
That is correct, sir.
Okay.
I have my ration that I ate back.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, here's the interesting question. If we left and went back to the other town, would they remember us there?
Can we just stay in this place? Can we not just immediately leave again?
I think the first thing we want to do is go see if anyone remembers us.
I highly doubt anyone here will remember us, but I'm
The
really
crazy
curious.
guy probably will.
Maybe, yeah. I'm really curious if the people outside of town will remember us. In the whatever the place was called. What's that other town?
Gormac will be like, so steal a horse and go find out.
I think they would. I think they would remember us. I don't think we're...
Yeah. Well, I guess we're stuck here until we figure out what's going on. You said something about finding the beast in the graveyard, Janlar?
Yeah, Gormath had talked about seeing something weird in the graveyard, and when I detected magic on the book, I took a peek at the graveyard, and I saw a demon with red eyes. And it started coming at me as I looked at it. So I went and told my friends in the house, and came back out, looked at it again, and it continued to follow me. So that's when I jogged over to you guys to inform you of the news.
I remember his panicked sprint into the town square, and I say, "All right, well, I think first thing we should do is go talk to the seer, see if he remembers us."
He actually hid behind Gormac. He didn't come in to check us.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
It's not the way I remember it.
Anyways, let's move around. I feel like we've been very I feel like we're very unproductive seekers. Let's try to be efficient and useful today. How does that sound, guys?
So you don't want one of us to go to the other town and find out if they remember us there?
We can do that later if we come up to evening and we haven't figured out a path forward. Really, we could just solve the problem in Willard's Mill and then stop by that town and find out if we're remembered.
I suppose that's true.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's do that. I don't want to be here when I wake up. It's hot. It's noon already.
Yes.
What do you think they think happened to us if we all went to sleep in the town and then morning came and we weren't there?
Weren't there disappearances in the area?
Yes.
That might explain it. Our wagon's with us, right? Our cart with all of our stuff?
Yes.
Let's get into town. I'm over this. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, no, I agree with Emily. Let's set to work. We got to go talk to the old man.
All right.
So we're gonna walk in town. I'll greet some random person as we go in to make sure that they somebody who I saw yesterday
Sure.
to make sure they
farmers.
Yeah, so you walk down. You begin descending down the hill back through the wheat field. The same farmer that you saw the day before is there, and he stops and doffs his hat. And says, "Ah, just in time. You missed the noon race."
Ah, looks like we did. Good to meet you. My name is Tom. This is Gormac and Emily and Janlar and Rose.
Geraldine, pleasure.
I like shake his hand. We go through like normal greetings and have a quick pleasant conversation, and then we just kind of like move on. Tom's like trying not to rouse suspicion or like freak anybody out here.
Okay. Yep. He introduces himself and goes back to hoeing.
As we're traveling into town, I lean in to Rose and I'm like, "You're gonna get another cherry pastry. Can I have this one, please?"
Oh, you think I'm gonna get another one?
Because they're gonna redo the same day. So when we go to the tavern, the little girl's gonna come up to you and she's gonna be like, "And I have a blessing for the wood spirit." And can I have it, please?
I mean, technically you're also the spirit of the forest, right?
We hang out in the forest, but we don't represent the forest like you guys do.
I think that counts. I think that's okay.
Yes.
All right, and as that conversation wraps up, you find yourself back in town square, where there's a little bit of a hustle and bustle. It seems like people are beginning to once again come out of their homes and places of business as noon has passed, and you see Horse Dog Mercer's Emporium being set up, and once again the crazy man on the corner is there screaming at people and sees you as you come back in and begins screaming, "Are you here for the beast?
Yeah,
It is coming for us all!"
I walk up and say, "Remember me?"
"Yes! The beast! You did not destroy it! You must bring me the eyes! Don't you know? We must break the cycle!"
All right. Is the beast in the graveyard?
It is everywhere. It is everywhere!
That's great. Yeah. That's
Hans!
I can't wait to
It's
have this
Hans!
conversation on Infinite Loop.
I was about to say, as we come in town, is it the same, like exactly the same yelling? Because I was gonna mimic him as he was doing.
I was thinking about doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna look at him and just go, "The beast!"
His yelling is not identical to what it was yesterday. However, he only goes over the same topics. So I mean, realistically,
There's not too much in his repertoire.
I'm gonna grab him by both shoulders and look him dead in the eyes, and I'm gonna say, "Were you crazy like this before the cycle started?"
I'm gonna say yes.
you should get the
I
beast.
whisper it in your to your ear.
I kind of like gently pat him on the head like he's a small child, and then I'll turn and I'll like shrug and look at Emma and I'd be like, "I mean, if you were the only people who were the only person processing the passage of time for over a month, and no one believed you, you'd probably be pretty crazy at the end of it too."
I may be crazy, but believe me, I need the beast's eyes. I can break it! Break the cycle with me! And then he wanders off and begins yelling at other people, telling them to help him break the cycle.
Oh, thank God.
There's an interesting conundrum here in that I think I'm stuck with the exact same spells until we break the cycle because we start at noon every day now.
You are fully rested. You feel like you have a full night's sleep.
Okay.
Right.
You could potentially pray. You feel as if your mind is clear enough that Bridges may grant you new spells should you pray
Different
for them.
spells. Okay.
Okay. Maybe we should go set up at the tavern then really fast because I think I might need some investigative abilities here.
That would be kind of funny. An interesting snarl. Yeah, the spells you had, those are the only spells you get till you break it. Figure it out.
And he's like, "I
Honestly,
just got my
that's the kind of thing that I would do. That is the exact kind of thing that I would do. So I would not have put it past Greg.
So you finally find your way to Betsy's. There's a large wooden building kind of in the center of the town square. It has a nice thatched roof above it, and you can see that it's one of the few multiple-story buildings in town. There's a small stable to the building right to the next of it, and as you pull up, a stable hand runs up, a little halfling, probably no more than 20 or so years old, a little bit on the younger end for a halfling. Just kind of wanders forward, just like, hello, travelers. Can I get your oxen? We'll happily put them up here for whatever time you're staying.
Yes, that'd be very good. I think we'll be here for the day.
Excellent. For just the day. Wonderful. Here, I will take whatever you need off the cart. I'll put it in there. Betsy is in and working today in the tavern. If you need a room for the night or anything, I would talk with her. I know she's a bit overworked at the moment. Her son doesn't seem to be coming to work today. And he gives you a moment to take whatever you need off the cart, and then begins, ushering it back around to the back of the stables.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna head up to Janlar and say, Janlar, I think it's time we start working on some combination magic here.
I agree.
You said there was some sort of wraith in the graveyard yesterday?
Yeah, when I cast Detect Magic, I could see a wraith, but it didn't appear that those that didn't have magical sight had the ability to see it. So
I can detect the presence of evil creatures. If it's evil, I'll be able to pinpoint its location and fight it.
Or Mac will be like, it felt evil.
I'm very confident that it's evil.
So if we're going to be fighting something evil, then what we're going to need here. Is there a temple in town here? Did anyone happen to notice one when we came in yesterday?
You have not noticed a temple.
Okay.
If you take a moment to ask, you pull someone aside, they'll tell you, oh no, we don't have a specific temple in town. If you need to leave offerings to Hala, any crossroad will do. She points to the crossroads that have the traditional symbol.
Are there any priests or clerics in town?
She says, no, not for a while. A few years back, we had a local priest of Feyama, but he was recalled. He had to go attend somewhere beyond Hawk's Hollow. We do have a druid that should appear once a month to bless the fields and the forest and commune with the spirits, but we haven't seen him for a little while. He might be just late.
So no priests in town, huh?
That's you?
Oh yeah, there is me. Greg, what is the process for making holy water in 5th edition?
You bless it with a blessing
Consecrate spell.
Or
Oh,
consecrate
is that it?
as well.
So I don't have to spend like 4 days casting bless on it every single day?
No, sir.
Okay, that is an option. It would use up one of my spell slots. I wouldn't be able to use magic in the fight if I go down that road. But I could bless us some holy water as an option to try and hurt this thing in case normal weapons don't work.
Can clerics learn magic weapon?
Well, the bigger problem is I'd need detect evil to see it. I would need to use a bless to do holy water, and then I'd be out of spells for the day.
Oh, and we can't.
And
right.
we can't do multiple days of prep here because we're
Right.
looping the same day.
I like the idea that you guys are just standing outside of this tavern. You guys do a lot of weird standing.
I thought we were in the tavern.
I thought we were inside.
Okay,
Like I went out
you
to
did
ask.
go
and I came-
inside. Okay,
Yeah.
you talked to the stable hand, and then you just were like, all right, holy water. like, all right.
I
So,
thought we'd gone in and sat down. I
all
missed-
right,
I missed
you
it.
enter the tavern. You see.
Can I get us shot glass?
Yeah, we're probably like saying this over drinks or something. We're all having a little
Okay,
bit of a.
all right. So you do walk out of the fucking street. All right. So you walk out of the street into Betsy's, and you see this first floor tavern is actually fairly full. There are lots of people that seem to be travelers. No fewer than 12 or so, and they all seem to be just isolated amongst themselves, right? Each group has a little table with lots of space in between them. Soft, quiet talks. An elderly lady with gray hair pulled back in a big bun is rushing about from table to table and notices you as you come in. Says, more travelers on this day. We are very busy. A poor day for my son to not be working. Come. Do you need a room for the night? What can I get for you all?
A room would be great, and yes, right now I think we're just a meal, something to drink would be good.
Yes.
Can I get a little milk? A little one?
Absolutely. A little milk for you, indeed. And she rushes back into the kitchen area and emerges some minutes later with basically just stew, hot kind of porridge that she pulls out and pours and bowls to each of you, including a milk glass about as tall as you are. And she looks at you and looks at the glass and says, "Would you like a bowl? We leave them out at the windowsill at night for fairies, but I suppose I could bring one in here."
You have a thimble?
I don't do any sewing. Perhaps I could fetch one when I have a chance. There's many seamstresses here in town.
That would be great if you could.
Excellent. This evening I'll get you a thimble. I'll get you a bowl for now. And she returns later with a kind of a wide saucer and pours the glass of milk into that for you.
Man, I feel like a dog, I say to the party. I'm like,
Maybe, Gormac, maybe you should bring around some like tiny eating utensils for Emily. I don't imagine everywhere we're gonna go is going to be equipped for her.
Does Emily's starting equipment list include a mess kit? I think it does. You're an entertainer, right?
no mess kit. I got the diplomat's pack. I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to write anything down.
Got it. Okay.
I can just go around and fetch stuff that can make shift afterwards in the square, like a thimble for a cup. But yeah, so we're deliberating holy water at a tavern. Actually, I'm going to take the chance to go and talk to one of the traveling tables.
Yes.
Because they're probably realizing they're in a loop too.
Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing.
Sure.
Yeah, if it's really
There are 6 groups in here. All of them kind of keeping to themselves. See glances over at the other travelers, and they're all seem to be humans and dwarves, just kind of intermingled. There's no outstandingly strange or different races amongst them. None of them seem to be dressed as adventurers. All of them just are plainly clothed. They look somewhat of various merchants or hunters or local people. None of them carry banners or marks of Hawks Hollow or Sarmanath.
Maybe they won't be able to help me.
Ursa
I
might have Sprite dining implements at his emporium. Or holy water, actually. If he sells exotic goods.
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
Well,
So
let's
we're not talking to the travelers. Okay.
let's stay in the tavern and deal with this plot line first.
Okay. Like, I went from, like, inquisitive to, like, introvert in, like, 2 seconds. Let's just stay inside. I like that.
Someone tell me what you're doing. I can't follow this
so-
group's logic to save my life.
The druid that comes to town once a month presumably hasn't been in town yet, because if the druid had come to town, the druid would be stuck in town on this day like the rest of us are.
Yeah.
They also said he was late.
Yeah, so maybe the druid knew better and didn't come to town.
Maybe.
So what I'm thinking we do right now, I can create us a vial of holy water. If it's some sort of undead or aberration, it should be effective. I can.
You have 25 gold worth of silver powder.
Oh, do I need that for the materials? I thought it was just cast bless
Unless
on-
Greg is waving it.
You
Yeah.
need the materials to
Or you can
cast
just buy it. Well, you can try to buy it from the guy if he has it.
Any named material that has a gold piece cost in the book, you have to cast the spell.
Okay, that's a bit bizarre because it's
I should
25
have
gold to
enough
buy
powders.
holy water too, so it's 25 gold to make it.
Depending on how much my
Otherwise, it's just a bottle of water.
The wizard I apprenticed for gave me some components, but Greg didn't tell me exactly how much. And one of those should be powdered silver.
You have 10 castings of each of your spells in that bag.
Okay, then I have enough powdered silver for you.
Okay. And it should restock after today if this fails. So.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask the bartender for like a bottle, like a cork
It takes a
bottle.
moment to get her attention. She seems to be
Yeah.
wearing way too many hats, and eventually does return with some cork stream water for you.
Okay, and I'll take the powdered silver from Janlar, and I'll use it to cast Bless, and I will create a vial of holy water.
Okay. The tavern kind of looks at you a little bit as you're sitting here casting spells, but they see your holy symbol and eventually decide that this is clerical business, it seems, and all of them hold their tongue. No one says anything or untoward.
I'm
to
just
you.
like flying around around the party, just holding up my my Seeker's badge, the tiny one. Seeker's business, move along.
As you do this, most of them nod along to you, but one of the dwarves kind of looks at you and says, "Oi, Seeker, come over here."
I go over.
So I think it takes a full hour to do this ritual. So I think it's like they go over to talk while I'm just like chanting the entire time.
Tom's just in the background chanting.
Yeah.
Holy water. Okay, so Tom is chanting. Emily, you're called over by this dwarf. There's 3 of them at this table. And he looks at you and goes, "Seeker, what day is it?"
I give him the actual
Fourth of
day.
Fallow.
Yeah, it's the 3rd or 4th day of the fallow. He says, "No, it's not. Oh god, you're nuts too. Alright. The people in this town, they're trying to tell me it's the 1st day of the fall. And it's clearly the 3rd week of the harvest. And them over there, they tell me it's the 2nd week of the harvest. And they're nutters. I wouldn't have anything to do with them. You're a seeker, you should know better."
You're stuck in a loop, my friend. Just worry about having a good drink and rest up.
I'm not stuck in a loop. I just got here this morning.
So did we. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy your drink. It'll be all okay.
Some help the seekers are. I bartender, another drink. And he kind of just goes back to his cups.
As I come back to the group, I'm like, okay, so those guys are 2 weeks out. Those guys are 3 weeks out. And this guy over there reckons that those guys are 4 weeks out. So they've all come in at different times and they're just stuck in a loop.
That would. Oh wait, no, I'm chanting.
Tom just shushes you.
But why don't they notice?
They know.
I mean, we know. We remember things. Why don't they?
because we're
Maybe,
here to investigate it.
maybe because of our seeker pins. Maybe because some of us touched the book.
But you didn't catch crazy. You're a smart boy.
I nod sagely.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're waiting for this.
So
for-
an hour passes as the 5 of you kind of sit in here. And
I'm literally just sitting at the bar table doing my
yeah,
work.
you're-
I didn't
you're
go to my
doing-
room or anything.
You're doing a clerical ritual
Yeah.
right here in the middle of the bar. Some patrons
think- I
come
think
in and give
maybe
you side eye. What are you trying to
after,
say,
like,
Gormac?
10 minutes of Tom casting the spell, like Gormac kind of clues into the fact that this is not going to be a short ritual. And Gormac's like, all right, so while he's doing that, Emily, you want to go talk to the Mercer?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that while he's busy.
All right, so you go and talk to the mercer. Horse Dog has set up his emporium and is transacting with customers, buying grains from them, selling them silks and ribbons and other things, occasionally haggling over the price of a trinket. Eventually you get his attention, and he says, hello there, what can I sell ya? Welcome to Horse Dogs.
Do you have any sprite-sized mess kits?
Sprite size.
I point at Emily.
size.
proper fairy. Well, just so happens I do. They were meant for a gnome, but they were too small. But I bet they'd work just fine for you. Now, let me see. And he goes back to his large wagon and begins, like, pressing secret compartments, and they roll out. And he digs around in one, closes it. What a bit to go. And eventually pulls one out. Ha! And he gets together a little, like, wrapped bundle. And he unwraps it and shows it to you in his hands. And sure enough, there's a little mess kit full with, like, glasses, silverware, plates, things like that. And they're oversized for you, but not so much so that you couldn't lift them or carry them. It would be like drinking out of novelty-sized cups and having, like, overly sized
we
plates.
normally do, because we all... like, use obnoxiously large cups as he's drinking out of, like, what is it, 20 fluid ounces? Like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he shows it off to you. He says, this is crafted out of silver, found from the deep mines for a gnomish customer. Ended up getting crafted a little small. I'll sell it to you for... look, I like you. I can't really get rid of this to most people. Not every day I get to serve a fairy. I can part with it.
As he says, and then I, like, as he says, like, and a fairy, I'm, like, holding up my seeker pin, like, I'm a seeker too.
Yeah, Gormac goes, and a seeker.
You say this, he spies your seeker pin, goes, oh, and a seeker on top of it. Well, it would be my honor to sell this to a seeker. We'll knock the price down to 8 gold pieces for you, for the whole set.
Is that, like, can I roll an appraise to see if that, like, is way overpriced?
Sure. What skill are you using to appraise this, if any?
Would be sleight of hand.
Probably investigation.
Yeah, I'll go with an investigation.
All right, investigation wisdom check for me, as you're using your understanding of the materials and the craft to determine a price for this.
We're literally leaving it up to the dice.
Damn it.
Hard to say. You know, it is made from silver. You can tell that silver is the material that made these things. There's finely worked. They don't seem particularly special and like they would serve nobility, but they don't seem like your common peasant folk. Silverware. They are definitely diminutive in size. You're pretty sure that it might be difficult to make at that small scale.
So how much was it?
8 gold pieces for you, my dear.
Do I have 8 gold pieces? I wish it's better Gormac.
Gormac nods and goes, yeah, you've got 15. He holds up a little pouch with 15 gold in it.
Okay, give it to him. I can't hold that many. It'll literally crush me.
Excellent!
Gormac hands 8 gold to the mercer.
He counts it out, and then takes out a little, like, looking glass, and holds it over his eye over each coin, pulls them together in his hand, stuffs it in his shirt pockets, and says, "A deal is struck!" and hands you the full set of silverware.
Do you have any holy water?
Oh, I do indeed, in fact. As it would happen. A few vials of that goes a long way sometimes. And he wanders back, this time not in a hidden compartment or anything, just finds a crate and hauls it over to you. You see, these things are difficult to obtain. Clerics don't just go around selling their wares to anybody. I think I could part with any one vial of this for around 35 gold pieces. But I'll tell you what, I've got a whole crate of 6 here. I'll say the whole thing for 180.
Gormac is like, well, I don't have that much.
Oh, well, I mean, any individual one could be 30 for you.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll go back and we'll talk to the rest of the Seekers that we're here with. Because we were sort of sent here to find you. Because you've been missing for a month.
Missing for a month. Oh, I just arrived here today. In fact, I am right on schedule. I assure you. It's very interesting that you've seen the business here.
Except that this town's experiencing some sort of time loop, and it's actually the 4th of Fallow now, and you've been living out this day again and again and again and again for the last 30-something days.
Oh my, you seem to have quite the head case. Are you sure you're a seeker? Can I see that pin again? He says as he takes out his little eyeglass.
Cormac hands him the thing.
He looks at it and says, "Oh well, it is genuine." Puts that back. I think you must be largely mistaken. You see, look, I left Sarmanath not more than a month ago. No, a few days after. I just arrived here in Willard's Mill this morning. Well, I shouldn't say this morning. I arrived sometime last afternoon, but I had to get an eat in and a little bit of a sell. This is my first day of business here in Willard's Mill.
Cormac nods and he goes, "I know. That's what your perception tells you. This is happening. You
And
don't remember yesterday when you met us then."
I lean off of Gormak's shoulder. We met you yesterday, and you missed our feast.
You know what?
It was great.
I think you guys might need this holy water more than I do. I'll make up the profit somewhere else. Here, have this. I hope it helps with whatever affliction it is you're under.
Does he give us the whole crate?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And-
Cormac's like holding it.
Yeah. He
Cormac's
says,
like,
please.
"This has been very helpful in resolving the situation. Thank you very much."
Good. Yes. Get better. And then he just turns away from you and says and starts selling to other people, calling out on the street about his emporium.
Well, Emily, I'd call that a success. Let's go tell
Oh, yeah.
Tom that he's wasted the last 45 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not.
So when they get back and they apprise me as to what's happening, Tom's like the little light bulb goes on over his head and he says, "I'll be right back," and he runs out the horse dog.
All right. So as you finish your ritual,
Yeah.
you eventually look up. You have this blessing of holy water in front of you, having consumed the silver and created it. You see the matron kind of looking over you, Betsy, and she says, "I didn't realize you were a cleric first. I'm sorry. My brain's everywhere this day. We're so busy at the moment. My son's been hiding in his room, not willing to come out and work all day. Would you mind going to see if you could do anything for whatever ails him? If he were healthy, we could staff this much better. I'm worried that we're a bit overworked at the moment. I hate to do something so petty or ask something so petty.
No, I understand. I will. I have to go talk to somebody in the town square really fast. I will talk to your son right after because.
Oh,
yes.
excellent.
What? Can you just tell me what room he's in? I'll find it when I get back.
Oh yes. If you go up the stairs, we stay together on the room on the far end of the hall.
Okay.
The last one.
Thank you. I will be back in a bit, and I will talk to your son. And I'm gonna run out to the town square to go talk to.
All right.
Horse Dog.
I'll wait for Tom to come in, and I'll go with Tom to see the sun. But I'll wait inside.
All right. So your ritual ends. You have this conversation.
I have holy water. They bring the holy water back, and I say, "Well, that was a waste of a spell." And they're going to tell me about everything I went down, and I have this idea.
We can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, and that gives me an idea. So I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to Horse Dog right now.
Okay. You run out to talk to Horse Dog. He finishes up something with a customer, turns to you, says, "Ah, yes. What can I do for you? Welcome to
I show him
Horse
the
Dog's
secret
Emporium."
pin, and I say, "I need to keep this brief because this is going to be a very busy day for me."
Another seeker, huh?
Yes.
Give me a moment.
Yeah,
I just had a conversation with some of you. He looks at it.
Another seeker.
I say, "Look, I'm going to keep this brief because this is going to be a busy day for me.
All right.
Tell me something right now that only you would think of, something that you would not expect anyone else in the world to know about you. And keep it between just us. Don't tell anyone else about this. I know it's going to sound very, very strange right now,
Okay.
but this is going to be important later."
Only something that I know about myself. Oh dear. Well, Horse Dog's a very famous emporium, and I'm quite the mercer.
You do know about his ring copying thing.
Let me see. Well, I'll tell you what. Since this is seeker business, I can't prove otherwise, although I'll tell you what. do me a favor. There's a minotaur and a fairy walking around with a crate
Yes, they
of
are.
holy
They are
water.
actually seekers. I know they're very, very strange and
Oh,
hard
you're with
hard
them.
to communicate with.
Okay. Sure. Anything at all that only I would know. Well, turns out I'm not really human.
Oh,
Yes. Is that all I can do for you, Seekers?
what are you? Does it?
Well, you see, I'm a bit of a marionette.
I see.
I was made by the Mercers. Anyway,
This is confidential information. Nobody else would possibly know this.
no one except the Mercers.
Excellent. In that case, all right. That's all I needed. I will probably be seeing you tomorrow. Which, well, yeah, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
I think I may have to be leaving this town sooner than I thought. All right, I hope that I was
You're
helpful
certainly
to your
welcome to
seeker
try.
business.
I'll be seeing you tomorrow, horse dog.
Thank you. Is there
I'm
anyone
gonna
not
head back
crazy
to-
I can help?
Somewhere the other guy's like, the beast!
All
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the tavern, and I'm gonna say, all right, I need to go talk to her son, and then we're going to get to work.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head upstairs and knock on this
right behind
door
him.
Yeah, I'm following.
and say, I don't know your name, but your mother told me to talk to you. I'm a cleric from out of town.
A cleric? I don't feel well. Come back sometime else.
I'm not. I'll keep this brief, but there's really no better time to do this. In fact, there's really no other time to do this. So
He like
Why
opens,
would you say
he
you don't?
opens the door like a little bit to look at you. You see like this pale-faced kid, probably no more than 14 or 15. And he says, "Look, I don't want to work today.
I'm not going to make you work. I'm not going to. Believe me, even if you were just trying to get out of it because you don't want to deal with the responsibility, I won't tell your mother.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye." And he closes the
And
door.
Tom like bars the door and says, "But I do need to ask you a few questions." And I show him the seeker pin and say, "This is important."
He kind of slumps as you do that, and he just like goes and walks back. He walks back away from the door, leaving you free to open it.
Okay.
And you see a kind of a larger room. Would it be probably the nicest tavern room if they were ever to rent it out? It has 2 beds in it and some folding screens that can section off the room, including like some chest of drawers and a study. And he just kind of sits on one of the beds and says, "A seeker, huh? What can I do for you?"
Could you explain how you're feeling to me? What exactly about all this is under the weather for you?
I just said it. I don't want to work.
Have you noticed anything strange in the town lately?
He kind of looks at you funny, says, "Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Can you go away?"
Too many travelers coming in. Nobody seems to be leaving.
Yeah.
Seems like everything keeps happening over and over again.
Well, that's what everyone else says.
Everyone else?
Yeah.
You mean the travelers downstairs? Or people in the town?
I could tell you when they all got here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. He kind of says the 3 dwarves, they got here about a week ago. The hobbit and his little followers, they got here 2 weeks ago. And he says the 4 humans that have funny things in their beards, they got here about 3 days after it happened. About a month. Says they never leave, and they always think it's the same day. Everyone in town thinks it's the same day. Except for maybe the old crazy man on the corner.
He
I don't know
knows.
about him.
He knows. What happened? You said 3 days after it happened?
Kind of glances around. He's like, me and Brea went to the forest. She's adventurous. She said she wanted to show me something. And then there. Look, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to break this curse and free this town, but I need you to help me cooperate. Or I need you to cooperate with me here.
Okay. You are a seeker. It says, we went into the forest where we're not supposed to go. You know, the side for the fairy spirits. He kind of looks at Rose and kind of looks away. And says, "She's not gonna hurt me, is she?"
No. I will guarantee you my protection. I will do everything I can to keep you safe.
Brea, she went into the forest all the time. She's adventurous, like I said. She showed me a little cave. I didn't know it was a cave. It had a rock wall, but she found a lever or something, and it opened. I don't know how it happened, but inside it was dark and scary. And when we went in, this thing, it appeared. And I ran, but I heard her scream. She never came back.
She's still gone.
Yeah.
I asked, did the beast look like a black shadow with red eyes?
I didn't get a good look at it. It was definitely black. It was big and it filled the room. It was terrifying. I couldn't stand it. I had to run. I ran all the way here.
Looming and big and black, and is like, so are we gonna try and do the whole purification thing over again tomorrow and not waste our money because we can just get freehold? Oh, hello.
Honestly, if we can get it done today, that'd be ideal. But tell me, has anyone gone missing from the town ever since it started? I know Brea never came back. Has anyone else vanished?
No.
Or is everything exactly the same as it was?
I don't think so. I think it's all the same.
Where Emily pricked my finger yesterday, is there still a wound there, or is it completely healed over?
I mean, if you put a thumbtack in your thumb, the next day you won't know where you did it, right?
I mean, it depends. If you dug it deep enough to get blood, there might be a little bit of soreness still, but
okay. You feel a little bit of soreness on your thumb.
Okay.
But
okay. It's not like it never happened at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Show us where it is, or point out on my map, and I'll roll out like a map, so we know where to go.
The map you have is the one with the kind of
great.
large overworld. He just
I
says,
said, could you just point us a direction and we'll find our way?
This is in the woods.
Do you have any directions, like cardinal directions, landmarks to follow?
Well,
That little kid with the tart that we haven't seen yet this time today might know where to take the tarts to.
He says, well, everyone knows what sacrifices.
So every day she just brings a cherry tart into the forest.
The tart.
Well, they said
love it.
that they're supposed to give the tarts as offering to the fairy spirits, and this guy said that that the part of the forest they went to, part of the forest they aren't supposed to go to because of the forest spirits. So that little kid was out looking for forest spirits and conveniently found you in town instead of taking it to the designated offering place.
He kind of nods his head as you're explaining this, and he says, yeah, so the western bank of the forest towards town, that's for us. We can cut it, we can use it, but we're not supposed to go into the eastern part. We went probably half a day's hike in.
If we go there, I might be able to find it. The trees will know where the evil grows in the woods.
Okay, let's go.
You couldn't just show us where this fake cave was, could you?
I promised this kid I keep him safe. I don't want to lure him out of town anymore.
No, we can go without him. We have a very
Yeah, I think we can find our way. Either way, I think we should be stopping by the graveyard first. I think whatever came out of that cave might be in the town now.
idea.
I'll tell your mom that you need to rest. You can
Thank you.
you can not worry about it for now.
Sounds like if we need someone to take us to this cave, his friend probably would be a better option. She
Well,
sounds
his
like
friend never
He's gone.
came back.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she got ditched in that cave.
no, she never. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the graveyard first then.
Hmm. All right, and as we're leaving, I'm out in the hall and I say, I really hope I really hope this whole thing will be fixed if we can just kill this beast, whatever it is.
Well,
If humans knew, sorry, you go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I talk a lot.
If humans just knew how not to invade the parts of the forest where they shouldn't be, then we wouldn't have to kill things. It would still be locked away in there.
You say this as you're like coming down the stairs of the inn, and there's just like a very like frightened squeak from one of the like children that's accompanying their parents into the tavern freshly.
Say,
dropped the
locking
cherry tart they
things
were
away
holding.
is always a temporary. Locking things away is always a temporary solution. We're going to bring about a more permanent one.
I hope the specter that's in the graveyard isn't the ghost of that girl, corrupted by some sort of forest evil.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that the boy might be tied to undoing this curse, but one stone at a time, I guess. We need to do more investigating.
Yeah, we'll have to take the beast's eyes and give them to the madman.
Yeah. Actually, on that note, Janlar, you never studied the book, did you?
No, I couldn't read the book, but
Okay.
I'm gonna detect magic on the book once we have a chance. But I think we should just go to the graveyard first. So I don't think
Yeah,
it's
let's
gonna
just
help us fight
deal
it.
with- Sure. So I think we're just gonna bundle up all this holy water we've got. So that he had 3 vials of the stuff.
6.
6. Wow. Okay. So we have 7 now.
Yeah, we have 7 now.
We are loaded up with holy water. I hope this thing is undead or some kind of aberration, because otherwise the stuff is useless.
Yeah, we can resell it, we got it for free.
No, we can't because we're gonna lose it all.
Oh, that's true.
So
I was gonna
Rose,
say,
you had a way of making your staff into a magical weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to need to do that. Normally, incorporeal creatures are hard to hit with, and I kind of like smack my fist into my hand like I'm making a point. you might need a little bit of a magical boost to be able to hurt this thing.
Yeah, I start casting detect magic as a ritual now, so that it's cast before we get to the graveyard.
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes in town just
Yeah.
chanting and being
I can do
arcane.
rituals too, can't I?
Everybody starts looking at you really funny as you're just in the middle of town chanting
Yeah.
an arcane ritual.
Can I do rituals in cleric? I don't remember that. Whether or not I can
If
do
you
that.
have the ritual
Clerics have
tag on any of the spells, you can.
evil has it.
But the holy water ritual specifically says that you expend a first level spell slot in the process.
Yes, but I could save my second one, which would be very,
Yeah.
very.
Nobody seems overly concerned with you just plopping down and casting magic in the middle of town, although you do start getting a very wide berth from people. You can tell that you're definitely under watch. Everyone kind of is giving you weird hand signs and giving you a wide berth.
Weird hand signs.
Yeah, like they're just like giving you all kinds of superstitious nonsense.
And I'm like holding up my secret pin. I'm like, secret business, move along, move along. Fairy, like, dotting around.
as you do that, as this fairy comes along, like showing the seeker pin and like sacred business, everyone kind of nods and like they can tell that relieves them, but it's still kind of an odd thing for this wizard
Cormac
to just
doesn't
start
really
casting
notice.
a ritual.
He's
All right.
used to people reacting oddly to the giant minotaur.
Tom will hand 4 of the holy water bottles to Gormac and hold on to 3 himself. And I guess the others will just have to use their magic to get this done. But I can't do it as a ritual, so I just wait for Janlar to finish his ritual. And then as we're getting close to the graveyard, I'm going to cast Detect Evil.
Okay, you expend your spell slot. What does that look like? As you
Detect Evil, I think, is probably like, it's not protection from evil, so it's not like a shielding spell. But he kind of like puts his hands over his eyes and mutters a few words. And like when he takes them down, his eyes have kind of like a reflective glow to them. Kind of like a cat's.
Okay, yeah. You begin casting this, your eyes reflect, and you begin detecting evil. What is the range on Detect Evil as you enter this graveyard?
Let's see, it's a concentration that lasts for up to 10 minutes, and I think it's just, within 30 feet
Within
of me.
sight? Within 30
I
feet.
think it's within 30.
It says range self, but yeah, within 30 feet.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
within
then
30 feet.
I can pinpoint its position as well, so I can use it for combat purposes, basically.
All right. You begin detecting evil, and you're near the graveyard within 30 feet of you. You detect no evil.
Can I ask a question?
Does Janlar see anything with his detect magic?
Janlar, as you approach, yes, you once again see this like shadowy nebulous of necrotic energy, and as you look upon it, it begins to take shape as this magical energy looks like this shadowy figure crouched over a grave. What were you asking, Gormak?
I was gonna ask when Tom hands me the holy water. I was gonna ask him, but I'm gonna sort of ask you via in-game asking Tom. Can I apply the holy water to a weapon and make the weapon blessed, or do I just have to like shatter the bottle like a grenade on someone directly?
The 5e rules make it a missile attack. And so
Yeah,
you
I
can
think the problem
throw
with,
it for
like,
2d6.
Soaking your sword in it is that it would just slide off the blade.
Okay.
I think-
yeah, that's what I was.
I think there are oils for that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
If you wanted to put like an oil of something on your blade, they make that. I think you would
Okay.
need like blessed oil or something to make that.
Right,
thing.
like holy oil instead
Yes.
of holy water.
That would be the way I would look at it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Gormak's gonna ask that just of Tom, like, what do I do with this? Do I put it on the axe or do I just like?
You'll need to throw it like a grenade. Well,
what?
more like a baseball. Or that doesn't
A
exist.
what?
Well, like a
rock.
ball.
Okay.
Oh, like a rock. Like a rock. There we go.
Okay.
All right. You make your way out of town, and as you approach Janlar, you once again see this energy field wrapping itself around this beastly figure. Once again, as you draw near, it raises its head. You can see another field of magic where its eyes were glowing and pulsating red, and it begins to slowly make its way towards you once again.
I looked at the party, and does it look like they see it?
None
No.
of the rest of you
No.
see this thing.
Janlar,
the only
I don't
thing
think
you're
this-
seeing is the like radiating
Yeah.
magic from it.
Janlar, is it there?
Yeah, it's radiating magic just as it was yesterday.
This is not an evil creature.
It slowly begins to make its way through the graveyard from the center where it formed and is making its way towards you. It finally
Gormak
closes.
will like uncork a bottle of holy water, like. Thump.
Yeah, you can also pour it if it's in melee range, as like you can try and like splash it instead of busting the bottle open.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to slowly approach the creature.
Okay, you begin walking into the middle of the graveyard.
Yeah, I'll just like point
Right.
it out, just like continuously
Yeah.
point
It
it out.
it comes and it slowly makes its way. It flies right past Rose as if it didn't even notice her, wasn't even there, and it just comes right up and just gets right in your face. You can just you just feel the magic radiating through your detect magic spell into you, and it just stares into your eyes, kind of slowly rocking back and forth. It makes no overtly aggressive move.
So
I don't see anything.
hold on. So I never at any point detected it. It was not like even when it went past me.
No, sir.
Okay.
And it's just staring into your eyes, Janlar. Just rocking, looking. The magic kind of reaches out and starts caressing towards your face, but you don't get attacked yet.
Essential.
What are you doing?
Well, I guess I just tell the party what I'm seeing. So I say, it's moved up right in front of me. I point it out right in front of me, and I say, it's not making any attacks. I still can't see it.
Is that scene from Alien right now, where the alien is like right next to Ripley, and Janlar's like,
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning away from it, but
So
I'm not going to attack it if it's not attacking me.
I don't have a spell for this. I don't know if there even is a spell for this. But the fact that I can't detect evil on this, and the fact that it's not like making hostile action toward Janlar, has Tom wondering if we're seeing like a trapped spirit of the dead, and he's going to try and do some way of like communing with the dead here. I think he's gonna like set down on a ritual and try to see if he can like feel like lost and anguished spirits around him.
there is
Okay.
a speak with dead spell,
Yeah,
but
do you-
have to
what-
have their
I
royal
don't believe
remains
you
in
have
the
Speak of
circle.
Dead, do you?
I can't speak with that. I'm basically trying to see
Yeah.
if this is like a dead spirit around me. I'm trying to like feel if this place is
wrong.
I think there's also
I imagine
a
there's some.
no.
I feel like an undead spirit is like kind of a tear in what is supposed to be.
I'll
Like
try to talk to it.
warped beyond what it should be like, and clerics are probably tuned toward feeling that kind of thing.
Sure.
And I'm mostly trying to see if this is like a dead spirit of someone who should have passed on but could not.
I think
But if
you
it's
are,
undead, wouldn't you detect it?
I think
Not
you-
sure.
I think you are
Because
making-
it's detect evil and good 5e would detect undead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I just talk to it. I say spirit. Does it respond if I
You
say
get no
anything to it?
response. It just continues. It occasionally paws at you, and the magic kind of seems to pass through your body as it does so. It just stares at you while you're talking to it with no audio response. So, Tom, you attempt to determine whether or not this is a dead spirit trapped in the mortal coil. I think the best thing we can do for you at this point in time is give me a religion wisdom check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay. So that's 2d20 dh1 plus 4. Yeah, plus 4. 17.
All right. You sit and try to commune with Bridgess. You hold your holy symbol and feel its warmth kind of make its way through your fingers. As you think about the graveyard in this place, you reach out to kind of the spirits to try to get a feel for them. And what you come away with is that this is... You don't feel a pull or a tug from the spirits. You feel as if many are resting as they should. You get this sense of calm, as if they're put and laid to rest. But somewhere in the center of this graveyard, there's a pit of uneasiness that begins to fill your stomach as you reach out with through your holy symbol, and you know that there's something definitely wrong with this graveyard in the center of it.
Okay. I feel like kind of just like part of it. Tom's still kind of like in a trance. Starts like physically moving toward this center point of the graveyard as he kind of like spiritually moves toward to try and investigate deeper.
Sure.
Gormak was also going to do that with everybody here. He's going to start like snooping around the graveyard to see why it makes him feel weird.
Sure. You begin investigating this graveyard. Gormak, what are you looking for as you investigate this graveyard?
Gormak's just going to kind of be like, by walking around trying to tell, like, he got a weird like feeling from the graveyard. So he's like basically playing. Yeah, basically trying to play like getting warmer, like you did with a kid, like hot, cold, getting colder, like just kind of like walking around.
As you follow Tom, like Tom is moving towards this point as well, and it seems like this feeling of kind of dread and unease grows as you get towards the center as well.
All right. I'll follow Tom then. I'll like bodyguard Tom.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be with Gormak on that.
I think Tom is still kind of like in his kind of spiritual state and isn't really paying much attention to the world around him.
Sure. Rose, Janlar, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to stick with Janla because he seems to be the one who, like, I can't see anything, right? So I'm going to stick with Janla because I'm kind of worried about him saying that this creature is right in his face. So I'm just going to, like, stand next to him and I'm going to, like, tug my arm into his. I'm just going to hold his arm. Just so, just in case anything happens, I'm ready to protect him, right?
Yeah, this thing's right in my face. I'm like happily holding her arm.
Thank you! Something to hold on to, thank God!
Because I seem scared. I'm just trying to provide some comfort.
Sure.
And
You arrive at the center of this graveyard. This should, counting by the rows here, there are 10 rows of 10 columns of gravestones. But here at the center, you come upon the source that you feel of this unease, and you come across the center gravestone. It lies unmarked, no name, no dates, nothing that identifies it, unlike the other ones. There's a single unmarked grave here among the other 100.
And you said it's like a pit? from the spiritual side of it. It's like this pit of uneasiness.
Yeah, you feel it just like growing in your stomach almost. It's not necessarily a pit that you feel in front of you, but it's as if this feeling of kind of unease and despair is growing inside of you.
So most of the spirits here felt like they were mostly at peace.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like there's nothing here when there should be?
No. Specifically, there's something out of place. And it makes you feel uneasy and almost with a growing sense of a little despair.
Okay. I'm going to end this kind of trance that I'm in.
Sure.
And kind of recover from it. I'm gonna start to walk or take a few steps back and I say, we need to ask people about this grave. There's something wrong with this. I'm gonna look around. Are there any headstones in this graveyard named Brea?
You make an investigation check, I guess. No, you don't need to. It's as simple as walking and reading each one.
Yeah.
You spend a few minutes reading the graves, and you do not see a gravestone marked Brea.
Okay. Well, that gives me a little bit more hope that that's supposed to be her grave. I was worried it was like Brea was here, and that boy was supposed to be here too. Why is he not dead? So I'm gonna head into town.
Okay. You leave.
Yeah.
After 10 minutes, your sight fades, Janlar, and you no longer see this energy, this magical power in front of you. I guess, are you all returning to town with Tom?
Gormak's gonna look at the center grave still.
Sure.
You said the headstone's unmarked?
Unmarked.
Does it look equally old to all of the other ones, or is it newer?
Yes. This entire area of this grave site is very, very old. It is weathered and seen countless seasons.
Okay.
Some of the gravestones are hard to read even, but they're well maintained. It seems that the town of Willard's Mill respects the place and keeps it, but all of the 100 gravestones marked here are very, very old. You see that beneath the cemetery itself here. Let's go ahead and throw this on. If you guys come look at the graveyard here, you will see.
Yep.
You will see this square here. Inside of this square, in the crumbling walls, there are a 10 by 10 of marked gravestones. And you'll be able to see all of them there. It's the grid. Beneath it, you can see below just kind of a new area. There are new graves prepared and filled in outside of the square itself. It seems that this is the place that has been most recently used. Newer gravestones and headstones appear here. Since you are spending so much time investigating this graveyard, I want you to make an investigation intelligence check as you walk through here.
Can I aid him to give him advantage?
Absolutely, yeah. You enlist the flying fairy to help you keep track of what you're looking at. So please roll at advantage.
Investigation. Intelligence.
Investigation intelligence, por favor.
9 is my best of the two.
Okay, so you think everything is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a grave site with an old patch with a 10 by 10 grid of gravestones, and the newer ones are below it outside of those walls there, exactly as you see.
This grave that's in the middle, it's made of the same. It's equally old. It's also made of the same material as all the other ones, right? It's not like this one's made of like obsidian or something like that, and the rest are all granite.
Yeah, they don't seem to have a specific rock that they're made of. They all just seem like local stones that have been found and shaped.
This one doesn't stick out as being a specifically different stone than all the other ones.
Not specifically different. The main thing is it is completely unmarked as far as you can tell.
Okay, other than being unmarked. And the dirt here doesn't seem to have been disturbed, right?
No.
At this grave?
Inside the 10 by 10, the dirt seems very undisturbed, as if they have been left for a long time.
I'll look at Emily and I'll be like, should we just dig it up?
I hear that's bad juju, but you could pour holy water on it.
Right, but I mean, tomorrow it'll be undug again, right?
But what if we solve it? We've dug up a grave.
Well, then we just
bad.
don't solve it until we haven't done a bad thing.
You got a point. I can't argue with this logic. You can dig it up.
Is anybody else there? Or is it just me and Emily at this point?
Well, I believe Tom walked off. I don't know
yeah,
what
so
Rose
I'm
and
gone.
Janmar
You
have
start.
done.
Yeah, Tom started walking off.
I can't
Gormak
be your
hovered
moral
back.
compass right now.
He left
I'm
the
just-
chaotic neutral and the Minotaur alone. Rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to finish investigating the graveyard.
Gormak will be like, Janlaw, do you think we should just dig it up?
I don't think we should dig it up yet. I say we should go to this cave first, or go to the forest and see if we can't find what the kid was talking about.
All right, if you say so.
If it's still like this later, we can dig it up.
Gormak's just gonna kind of reach down and just like uncover a little bit of dirt from this grave, like just use his hand and just kind of dig like a hand width down. Will the dirt seem normal?
You dig out a
He
handful
sniffs
of
it.
dirt. Yeah, you just dirt.
You rub
Right.
it in your hands, gladiator style, and like.
No, he kind of like shrugs and just bites the grass off the chunk and just tosses the dirt and just chews on the grass as he walks back to.
That's how you get mad cow disease, man.
All right, you have investigated the grave. There's something very odd about it.
Yeah, so I want to go into town, and I want to go up to some people and say, I was taking a look at your graveyard, and I noticed that the center headstone is unmarked.
Well, that can't be the case. They're all marked. 100 gravestones. 100 people
There's-
who died at the mill.
At the what?
Well, you see, the mill was very important to the war. Back in the day of Core, town legend has it that there's 100 people there, brave protectors, made sure the mill didn't fall. That way food could be handed out to the people of this area. Core and his armies never got it in their hands. We buried those 100 heroes here to the battle that saved it.
Huh.
Town legend. Who knows how true it is, but
Right.
we keep it up. They should
Well,
all
I
have
was-
a name.
Yeah, no, I was
Look
just
again.
there. Right in the center of the graveyard, there was a gravestone, unmarked. Looked like it fit in with all the others. Very old, but
Impossible.
no
right?
name on it.
I don't know. That doesn't meet with town legends. But you know what? I don't spend a lot of time in the graveyard myself. Maybe it's gotten old and lost its name.
Well, thank you for the information, and I'm gonna head back to the graveyard off that. I want to count the gravestones.
Okay. You spend some time counting the gravestones, and you find that there are 101 gravestones.
There we go.
I turn to Gormak. That means we can dig it up. Let's go.
No, not yet.
So there should be 100 gravestones, but we've got one new one, and there's something wrong with this. Could it be forgotten? Somebody who was forgotten from the war should have been buried but wasn't?
I feel like if I was going to hide a body and I didn't want people to know I killed the person, I would put it with the heroes' graves because nobody would question an extra grave in a hero pile.
My thinking is that whatever they unsealed from that cave should have been buried here. Some sort of lost spirit that should have been buried in this place and never was.
Maybe Rose and Emily can talk to the forest spirits.
Might help. I think we need to go investigate this cave.
All right. We can always buy a shovel from the Mercer and dig up the grave if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
No digging in the forest, though.
When I tried reaching out, it felt like there was something there, right? It didn't feel like uneasiness due to an absence. It felt like uneasiness due to something that didn't belong. Okay. Yeah, I think we need to go investigate this cave.
Okay.
Onwards to the cave.
Gormak is gonna like just to test the day resetting theory. Gormak's just gonna take probably his axe and just kind of like run it across his palm just enough to actually give himself a cut, and be like, "I want to see if it heals."
All right. Yeah. You slice your hand open and begin trailing blood. As you guys are packing up to leave the graveyard, you see the crazy man walking back from the town square towards his shanty. He sees you all and goes, "Oh God! Are you getting the beast? Remember to bring me their eyes!"
I hold up my bloody hand and I'm like, "We're on it."
Excellent!
I walk up to him. I say, "Why is there an extra gravestone in the graveyard?"
I don't know. Perhaps you should investigate it. Find the beast! Bring me his eyes! Break the cycle!
Okay, we're going to go to the woods. We know how all this started now.
Gormak, with his bleeding hand, Gormak like looks at it and then he like looks at the crazy guy and he's like, "Can I see your hand?" Is his
cut on
his
it.
fingernail from yesterday there?
No, sir.
Okay.
Did you like what you see?
I say,
Bring me the eyes! Place them in this hand, and I will end the cycle!
all right. We found apparently some sort of cave outside of town.
Oh. Investigate it! Find the beast! Bring me his eyes!
All right. I didn't think you would know anything more about that. All right. We'll go do that.
What were you saying, young bull?
Your book. Can you read it?
Yes! Of course!
What language is it written in?
I don't know. Do you know what language your books are written in?
I don't read.
See?
Conundrum.
Oh, actually, as long as we're here, my friend here was hoping to take a look at that book of yours.
Which one?
Him, and I pointed
Which friend
John
or which book?
No! My book! It's my book! Look! Bring me the eyes. I'll use it or I'll banish the creature!
Right, he wants to confirm your
I
ritual.
showed your little fairy! No.
The fairy can vouch for our friend's authenticity here.
I will show her. No one else!
I don't want to go with him.
Come with me! Come with me! I'll show you my book again.
Yeah, Emily, do it. See what you can learn from that book. I think it's your best chance.
I can't read it.
Can't? I can't
No.
either.
I can't.
Can you
I
convince him
copied
to
it.
let Janlar take a look at it? Because Janlar might be able to do something with it. He trusts you more than me.
I mean, I can't read it. I can only. I detected magic on it. I can't read it though.
Hmm.
None of us can read
Are
it.
you
so
telling
it's
me you
just-
read my book?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Wait, you showed me the book. Of course I've read the book.
Oh! I see! Okay. Come with me, little fairy girl! And he like reaches out to grab you again.
I'm like, have fun, Emily. Let us know what happens. I just kind of like watch her get grabbed and like dragged off.
Emily, you didn't take comprehend languages as one of your bard spells, did you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Alright. He attempts to grab Emily. If you want to, you can fly away from him and leave. But he's gonna try to show
Yeah.
you his book. Alright.
Yeah, nah, laters.
Yeah, you fly away.
It's either that or I'm gonna vicious mockery or quake him. I feel like Thunder Wave will definitely be very useful on him.
I mean, you could do that if you wanted. He attempts to grab you a couple times and then just stomps back over to his little hovel. Says, "Bring me the eyes!" Closes the door.
I'm worried that man is not on our side.
Whoa.
I
I
will
mean-
happily put him to sleep for good.
Not like that. No.
Well,
He
We
might
could
rat
always
an
reverse
important ally.
pickpocket something incriminating onto him.
No. Stop.
I thought that's a great idea.
No,
but
it's
I-
immoral and wrong. Please
I don't
stop.
really-
Yeah,
I don't really have
I know what to do. Hang on. And I walk over to his hovel and I like bang, bang, bang on his door.
I like kind of walk up behind him and I'm like just kind of loitering around, ready to like intervene if something really bad goes down.
Do you have the eyes?
Not yet, but
He closes the door.
I open the door again.
Do you have the eyes now? Good! Then he closes the door.
I open the door again.
Do you have the eyes now?
I say, we're gonna go look at the cave. While we're gone,
What?
you should dig up the extra grave and tell us what you find.
I'm not a grave digger.
What did he say?
I'm not a
I'm
grave
not a
digger.
grave digger.
Well, neither we. I'm not a cave investigator, but I'm gonna go do it.
You have a good point. You should dig up the grave if you want to investigate that too. You could be a cave digging grave investigator. You know what I said? Bring me the eyes! And he closes the door.
I test the door to see if it opens towards me, not just away from me.
It will open towards you as well, yes.
I open the door towards me just to see what he does.
Do you have the eyes?
No.
Jesus.
Go get the eyes! I can't close the door! Close the door!
I just walk away and leave the door open.
Oh my god. You guys are killing me.
We're just the most incompetent D&D group.
Yeah. I just turn and leave. I'm like, come on, let's go find the eyes. And I just leave his door open outwards.
Are we going to the forest?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we are.
We're not incompetent. We are like those people who would sit in Metal Gear Solid 1 and keep ringing Maylene until she actually stopped talking to you. She
I
stares at
love-
you and then the comms cut out.
I just love the thought of efficient practical seekers like going and getting their job done, and we're standing here like, I want to open the door repeatedly and see what that crazy man.
Hey, dialogue from the crazy man is good. All right, so you leave the graveyard, head through Willard's Mill. Do you do anything on the way to the forest, or are you just heading straight there?
I'm gonna ask people and I'm gonna say, I need you to do a thing for me. We need to be on the lookout for animals of the forest. Squirrel might be good. Anything else small is also possible.
Talking to us or to...
No, I'm talking to the group. Yeah, I'm saying
I was gonna say
that's what Rose says.
Squirrel, so really asking the wrong person, but my character probably does.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'll keep an eye out.
You make it through town. You head out towards the forest. You arrive shortly after. It is not far out of town, and the forest is just this nice fall orange and red. The leaves are all turning. As you step inside, the sun kind of peeks through the lattice work in a strange pattern on the ground in front of you, but it's dim in the forest in general. Immediately, both Rose and Emily can feel the presence of fey creatures. As soon as you step into the forest, you know that it is alive and well, and that it has the presence of your kind in it.
I take a deep breath in because that's feels like home.
Absolutely. You hear a few scattered bird songs and the rustle of creatures underneath ferns and bushes here and there. There is a small trail that leads through to the western side of the forest, and there is a simple shrine carved into a large kind of broad oaken tree. It is one of the older ones in this area of the forest as you just enter. And added or placed various baubles and food stuffs and just general goods from the city seem to have been left here during the day as some kind of offering to the forest. You could, as you look along to the west, you can see a few stumps here and there where trees have been harvested for use in the city. And to the right side, there's no path. It is just wild forest as you go the opposite direction.
In the
So
offerings,
since sorry, yeah, go ahead. Go
in
ahead.
the offerings, is there like a berry or something, like a
Berries.
cherry or something?
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
a very
I'd-
sour like fruit that grows in bunches that has shades of red and purples and crimson hues.
I'd totally pick one out of that thing and stand on the it's a tree though, right? It's not like a.
That's carved into the circular. What is the? It's not a branch. It's the trunk.
trunk?
The trunk. It's carved into the trunk of the tree, like a little altar with a place for
Oh,
offerings.
well, in that case, yeah, I'll take one of the berries and like I'll sit on like a twig or like whatever that's like a piece
Mhm.
of the tree that's poking out. I'll sit down and like watch the group as they're like deciding, eating the fruit. It's like these were for our people. Like I'm not stealing or anything.
No. I mean, Rose seems totally okay with this. She seems to think like that's, perfectly fine for you to do.
Mhm.
So since this is a place where they left food behind and berries and things, is there any chance there are small animals around here? Like,
Absolutely.
Any,
Yeah, you can hear them, right? If you take a few moments to look around, you find yourself some small squirrels that are chittering away at each other, running around a tree, chasing after. One seems to be chasing after the other, which is holding a small berry, very similar to the one that Emily is currently eating.
okay, so I'm gonna take off my oversized cloak, right, and I'm gonna stuff it into my backpack. And then I guess you see Rose like in her normal like her attire when she isn't in her like underneath like walking around people, and she's like wearing these leather bandages around her legs that work like sandals, and she has the same around her arms, and like a leather, very very simple leather armor. But other than that, she has these. Yeah, I mean, she looks like a tree person, right? So she looks kind of human. It looks like she has flesh, but it's also green, and she has like those veins running through it. She says, "I will just need a moment, and then I'll cast speak with animals." And how that looks is that she just touches. I guess she just touches the tree where the squirrels are running around.
Okay.
On right, and there's like a little vine that wraps around that tree. That eventually just like pokes one of the squirrels.
It's chasing around its friend. It gets poked and goes.
The moment she does that, I'm going to like. Do you kneel or sit down or something when you do it?
Yeah, she's like kneeling, right? And then she has two hands on the tree.
I'm going to sit in your lap, but it's literally the same pose and cast the same spell.
That's adorable.
Nice.
We're teaming up. We're teaming up.
The squirrel is chasing around its
Linguistic
friend.
skills.
It gets poked by the vine. It goes, "Meow," and it starts looking around. And then another vine pokes it. It goes, "No, that was unexpected."
So sorry.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you?
Well, we heard that there is an evil spirit in this forest. Can you show us where the forbidden part of this forest is?
Forbidden.
Mm-hmm. You know, the part where people are not supposed to go.
Oh, you're in it. That way.
We're already there? That way?
Whole part
We're
of
Have you
We're looking for a hidden cave, and I like hold out like the half-eaten berry that I was eating. As it reaches for it, I pull it away. But you have to show us the cave first.
Right. What's a cave? I like trees. Is it like a
Me
place where
too.
you hide nuts?
Yes.
Do you want to see my nuts?
No.
I have lots of nuts.
So you're ready for the win?
It's where something big might hide, like a bear or a wolf or,
Bears. I know where owlbear is. Big beak.
Can you show us him? Or her?
Can.
It?
It's scary. I don't like it. It eats me. It ate Bob the other day.
They eat plants.
Not owlbear.
Cormac
Big
regurgitates his spell and
hook beak.
starts doing it again.
No, I don't think we're looking for an owl bear. It's more a spirit that we're looking for, I think.
Like you.
So you said it's this way? And I pointed to the direction it initially, like...
It runs up to the shrine, right? And it circles around, and it goes, and it runs toward to the west, and it's just like, over here, humans, and it runs over here, no humans.
Okay. So I turned towards the group and said, I think if we keep going east, we might find it.
I'll like look at them, and I'll be like, can you ask the squirrel what day it is? Cormac looks like even he kind of doubts if this is going.
I don't know.
Is it gonna be another day?
What was that?
What day is it?
I don't know. What's a day?
Does
He doesn't know.
How
it
long
know
is-
if it's after the harvest?
Did the humans harvest the wheat yesterday?
I don't know. What's wheat?
Good point.
Is it like nuts?
Yes.
I have nuts. It's time to get nuts right now. Mhm.
Okay.
I
Enjoy
think
your nuts.
I think you're all
I-
overestimating this poor squirrel.
Yeah, I know. I waved to him. I'm like, you enjoy harvesting your nuts.
It runs
Yeah,
off.
he's not gonna help us.
I think we just have to wander around a little bit.
Yeah,
Only pointed us into the direction, though,
Mhm.
which
Well,
way, like,
if
we
it's-
should go.
If it's only been 3 days, not 33 days, since the boy and the girl came out here, there may still be signs of their tracks.
It's been
I'm
more
not-
than that, I believe.
I'm not sure if we're still in or out of the field.
Well, technically, he said he came here and then it started. The tracks would literally be a day old.
Well, I think he said it was 3 days. It was a couple days after.
I thought it was longer than that. I thought it happened a while back, and it's been
For
happening.
him,
since.
because he knows the past, but he said it happened, and on the day that they came in.
Yeah, and I think that was a while ago, right?
Yeah, because he said that the other group survived 3 weeks ago, and
Yeah,
that
up
was
to a month back.
yeah,
Yeah, but-
like a month and 3 days or something.
But yeah, they're arriving, but it keeps looping.
Right,
So it
like,
should be
if
the
When
same
the
track.
looping started after they came out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we burned the town down, tomorrow the town would be there again.
Yeah.
So like things are resetting. So if the resetting started just after they came out here, then
The tracks
the
would still be
tracks
fresh.
might also be resetting, and there might be a trail we can follow. Unless we're outside of the reset zone.
Yeah, so I guess we look around for. Do we look around for tracks? Do we see any?
Sure. Who's looking for tracks? Who's leading the way in the search for tracks?
What check is that?
It would be a
Because-
survival check.
I do have survival, I
Not a
think.
good survivalist.
I could try.
I just need to know
Hold
who's
on.
leading the way, right? You're all searching, so someone's gonna get like advantage, right? You're all
Right.
looking for these tracks, right? Who's
I
the
have
one that's like
plus
leading the
6
charge?
survival.
Oh shit! You're doing it, Rose.
Yeah, so
Alright.
yours is higher than mine. I have +3.
So Rose, you begin searching around the forest. You're familiar with its home, and you begin looking for the signs of humans having wandered through here. Please give me a survival wisdom check. As you search for signs of their passage, please take advantage as you're getting helped by all of your friends here.
24.
Awesome. So, you spend a few minutes and indeed come across some tracks that divert off from the path. You don't really see footprints so much as you see marks in the trees and the bark, and you
Yeah, they
you can
break
see
like
where
little twigs and stuff, right? Because they bumble through the forest.
Exactly. And you can tell it's about the right height for about these like 14-year-olds, right? And so you begin following these tracks deeper into the forest. Very successfully. And you begin deepening your search through the underbrush, traipsing away. Every once in a while you feel like maybe you lost it, but it's a quick search and you see more broken twigs, some scrapes on some bark over here, some bent over bushes or ferns. As the 5 of you begin making your way deeper into the forest until eventually you come across this kind of cliff face mound. It's not a cliff face, it's like a mound as if it was like going up a hill, and into the side of this hill there's this open cave mouth. You see where the brush was once very like firm and grown over about it, it's broken and tumbled down. There's tracks leading into it, both human tracks and something a little bit smaller, almost ape-like looking in the tracks. And as you stare down into the darkness as this leads into the hill, we will go ahead and take our second break right here. We'll be back in a few minutes and continue then.